We all know Ripple launched its RLUSD stablecoin, but what does this mean? I get this question a lot, so I wanted to just give an informative video. If you've asked that question, does Ripple XRP's new stablecoin, does it hurt the price of XRP? When companies begin using Ripple's stablecoin, does this mean they do not need to use XRP? So anyhow, I found a short informative video with the president of Ripple, Monica Long, doing a Q&A. And I think it's going to clear the air for a lot of you people. So just take a listen to this.
Ripple President Monica Long is joining us now to talk about it. Interesting move by Ripple, of course. Can you explain the relationship between the new stablecoin and XRP and how you expect it to evolve?
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for having me. So the Ripple stablecoin is a one-to-one dollar pegged token. And so it is really about facilitating things like payments. The majority of what we have focused on at Ripple is enabling cross-border payments that are faster, always on 24/7, lower cost than more traditional means. And so stablecoins like Ripple USD really facilitate that for our customers. And XRP, it continues to be a native token on the public blockchain, the Xrp ledger. And so that token is also very useful for fast payment transactions on that blockchain.
Does this create competition with XRP though? Are you concerned that with this new stablecoin, folks will be less interested in XRP?
We see them as really complementary to one another. So dollars can be a very effective means for payments, and we have seen that demand from within our customer base. Over time, we facilitated north of $70 billion in cross-border transactions through our payment solutions, and we've already been using stablecoins as a part of that equation. XRP is it's the native asset to the blockchain, so it's used for things like transaction fees on the blockchain, but then also can be a bridge asset to trading different tokens on the Xrp ledger. So we really see the two playing complementary roles.
Speaking of bridge assets, I'm wondering what this means for on-ramp, off-ramp transactions when it comes to new stablecoins for cross-border payment users. What does the new stablecoin really solve? Is there a real reason at the end of the day you felt the need to go in this direction?
Yeah, so the stablecoin market today is more than $150 billion for US dollar stablecoins, and it's projected to grow to $3+ trillion over the next few years. So this is a market that is exploding. And you just mentioned a key use case for on-ramping and off-ramping into the blockchain universe from the fiat world or the traditional world. And so we think that the market is continuing to grow and expand. And so having access to compliant, reliable stablecoins, that's the most important thing in a stablecoin, is that it has to be stable and you have to be able to trust the issuer to keep it one-to-one backed. The Ripple US dollar is regulated by New York Department of Financial Services. Their regulation is really seen as kind of the gold standard globally in terms of how rigorous they are with their framework. And so that is, I think, a reason that especially regulated financial institutions will choose to use Ripple US dollars for on-ramping and off-ramping into the blockchain world.
Monica, as I was preparing for this and reading about this announcement, one thing that struck me was the fact that some of the biggest exchanges out there are missing from this announcement. So right now, this is available on Bitso, MoonPay, CoinMina, additional listings coming on Bullish, Mercado Bitcoin, and others. What about a huge platform like Coinbase and others, for example? When does that happen?
We are continuing to expand distribution and availability of Ripple dollars on other exchanges. So I think you can expect to see more availability, more announcements coming soon.
Absolutely.
Imminently.
Well, look out for that. What about in terms of adoption? How big do you expect this to get in the next year realistically? I mean, do you have a baseline kind of projection on how big it could get based on the adoption you're talking about with clients? Do you think large institutions are using this? Who's using it?
So, I mean, if we look at the crypto landscape overall, I mean, it's certainly been, the market's been growing in the past couple quarters, and you know, we think that this year is going to be a big year for crypto overall, and so demand for stable coins we think will grow along with that. As you mentioned, I mean, it's really the way to on-ramp and off-ramp. It's also used as a key asset in trading. So we think that the market's going to grow tremendously over the course of the next year. Our demand from within our client base, you know, our business doubled within payments last year, and so we see a really strong growth trajectory for our payment solution. And with that, you know, Ripple US dollar will have a premium role.
Monica, what about other asset types? You've seen a lot of interest when it comes to ETFs tied to cryptocurrencies. A lot of questions around whether you could see an ETF tied to spot XRP. What kind of discussions are you having with people about this? Do you think we'll see one soon?
I think we will see one very soon. I think that we will see more, you know, various crypto spot ETFs this year coming out of the U.S. And I think XRP is likely to be next in line after Bitcoin and ETH. There's already been a number of different companies like Canary and others who have filed. And so we think, especially with the administration change and the approvals of those filings will accelerate.
Hey, Monica, before we let you go, very basic one when it comes to Ripple USD versus XRP. Lay out for us who each of these are for.
So both are openly available to users. So with Ripple US dollars, we see growing institutional demand. Within the world, within our customer base for Ripple payments, I mentioned that, and we work with primarily regulated payment service providers and other financial institutions. We also work with a lot of banks. We are a custody provider through Ripple Custody, and they are some of the biggest banks in the world are really interested in providing tokenized asset services. And so with that, US dollar stablecoins are really important to facilitate those use cases. So we see institutional demand growing for Ripple US dollars, and it's alongside XRP as well. And as the crypto market expands overall next year, I think there will also be a growing retail need for dollar stablecoins in trading.
Ripple President Monica Long, we're gonna have to leave it there. Monica.
All right, there you have it. I hope that answered a lot of questions. This is a big deal that Ripple putting out their own stable coin. They're talking about the stable coin industry going to over $1 trillion in the up and coming year. You notice she laughed when they asked about the ETF. She knows if you've seen some of Brad Garlinghouse's last few interviews, you could tell he's holding back too. They know what's coming. They know XRP is going to be one of the top players in the new financial system, not just in the US, but across the world. Just a little more clarification with their stable coin. The research that I've done with the stable coin is that XRP price, when they're using XRP's price is constantly fluctuating with the market. With the stable coin is more appealing to institutions to use the XRP ledger because it's a stable price, so it's easier to use. It's just easier to use because the price is stable. So as far as calculations and all that stuff, it's easy to use a stable coin for XRP than instead of XRP constantly fluctuating with the market. So anyhow, it makes XRP more appealing. They complement each other as the stable coin is being used and stable coin adoption is taking off across the world. This is going to help XRP. Something interesting with the RLUSD, people are saying that means the real US dollar. It's about to change. None of this is financial advice, but I know it's about to change. A lot of it's going on XRP, and I'm telling you, a lot of it's going on XLM. XLM has USDC, Now Ripple has RLUSD. We got our eyes on those two. If you're new, please subscribe. It costs you nothing. We're doing daily news. And if you could benefit from prayer, we do a live 5 days a week. We want to pray for you. Let us know who you are. We just had a miracle yesterday. A tumor disappeared for somebody that we prayed for. They went in for surgery. The tumor was not there. And anyhow, we thank God for that. So join us. All right. God bless you. Have a great day.